Hello guys! Last time we talked about money. Today I'm going to tell you about bank. Have you ever wondered what is a bank? And where does the money go? What do they do with it? We all are familiar when our parents bring a certain amount of money to the bank and they give them an ATM card. Yes, the ATM card. So, have you wondered what is a bank? Where does the money go? And what does the bank do with that money? First, what is a bank? I'm going to tell you. A bank is a place where you give them your money and then they just keep the money for you. But not just that. They're not only that you're giving them money so that they can keep it for you, you're also lending the bank some money. For example, I have 100 million VND, so I'm going to give it to the bank and the interest will be 5%. Then the bank will search for the person who needed a certain amount of money. Like the bank is lending that person money. So let's say a person who needs a baker who needs flour to bake bread, and a person who needs cacao beans, money to buy cacao beans so that he could make cacao so that others could drink it. Like he has a coffee shop done. So of course that money isn't for free because they have to give it both the principal and the interest back to the bank. Let's see. Now first, the principal, that is the 5%, and the interest will be another 5%. And there, that money that they're giving to the bank is 10%. So that meant that the 5%, the original 5%, the principal is going to me, the one who has that amount of money, 100 million VND. So that 5% will go to me, and the other percent will be the bank profit, goes to the bank. So problem solved. Of course, it also circulates the flow of money. Don't you understand? I'm going to tell you. So the flow of money, I'm going to tell you. So like this, people with idle money and people who needed money. The bank is the bridge. Right, you heard that right. The bridge is kind of a connection between people with idle money and the people who needed that money. So the people with idle money just know, I'm not going to keep it laying around in the safe, they just give it to the bank. So the bank just also gives to the people who needed it. Like a company who needed a principal so they could start a big company. So, okay, they also have to can you lend me some money? Ask the person who needed the money, ask the bank. And then the bank just lends them some money and that company just spreads. If the other companies just also need the principal and you give money to the bank so they could keep it for you, then you have some money that meant you're rich. And the company that is borrowing the money from the bank, that meant that company is spread. And if all the companies also spread like that, that meant that Vietnam would be a rich country. Problem solved. Everybody is so rich. Now you understand what a bank is and what do banks do. Now, I'm going to tell you. First, a bank is a place where people just give the money and also you're lending the bank some money. The bank helps people who needed money by the way that they're lending the person who needed money. Then the person who is borrowing the money from the bank has to give the bank back the principal and the interest. An amount of money goes to the person who was giving that money, who was lending the bank the money, and another half of it just goes to the bank. So that's called the bank profit. Now you understand what a bank is. I think I'm going to the bank and give them an amount of money. Then I can help, maybe I can help a baker. Or even better, I can help a company who needed money. Then Vietnam will be so much more rich. Oh yes, what's more, then every country has a central bank. And Vietnam has a central bank too. It's called the State Bank of Vietnam. And the US is called the FED. Done! So now you know all about bank. And have a great day. Bye!